Listen, tell me about this competition, or it was a competition that you attended.
It was a festival.
A festival.
It was a festival in Italy, in Brixen, and this festival was really, really crazy, and in all ways, also how it began and how it ended. This is really was. I mean, I still look very bright. I don't know. That's crazy. If it's okay to say that it's okay.
That's fine. It looks like that, but it looks fine. Yeah.
Okay. So the festival, it's called Brixen Classics Festival. It was in Brixen, which is how to say, like a German Austrian name for Bressanone, which is in Italy, and South Tyrol. And I remember when I was applying for this competition, it was very crazy time because there were a lot of applications going on, and I was just applying for everything I found, and our university, they're sending us emails, like especially Piano Institute, sending for Pianist, of course, constantly emails about competitions and festivals, and Brixen was one of them. And I just saw it, and I remember that the application was super easy to apply for everybody because it was very easy made, like video, CV, a bit information about yourself, and that's it, you're done. And I remember it was maybe, I don't know, Saturday, Sunday evening or whatever, and I was like, I want to watch a movie, I don't want to do another application, but I saw that it's super easy, and I was like, oh, I will just do it very fast, and I did it very fast, like with popcorns in my hands, almost, and I sent it out, and I forgot about it, because it was a lot of things going on, and I just sent it, and okay. And then after months, I received a mail that saying, like, they were apologizing for the late results, and I was like, late results of what? I was like, I didn't know what is happening there, but I was like, whatever, some kind of festival, maybe, I don't know, some spam or, whatever. And then after a while, I got in the middle of the night, like 11:30 it was, I was like about to go to bed with my book in hands. I was like sleepy already. Got email, one like sentence from the main conductor of the festival saying, hi, Kamile, could I call you anytime soon or something like that? And I was like, who are you? And I was like, but I saw that it's some kind of festival, some kind of like, it's everything looks professional. So I was like, yeah, sure, this is my number. Maybe tomorrow, I'm free till that and that time. And he's like, or I said, or maybe, or yeah, or now, something like that. And then he immediately called me. And I was like, oh my God, now I'm sleepy, what to talk now, what is going on? And I answered, and he said, so congratulations, you just won a piano solo position in Brixen Classics Festival. Woohoo, like something like that. And I was like, no idea, what is this festival about? Where is it? What is Brixen? Where is Brixen? Brixen doesn't sound at all like Italy. And I was like, he was talking and talking because he's a very talkative person. And I just like, I put him on a loudsprecher, how to say, like loudspeaker. And I was Googling, what is this festival about? And he was telling me, like, so yeah, you'll be playing, with orchestra Sansans. And I'm like, with orchestra Sansans? What's Sansans? And he's like, well, Carnival. And I'm like, have you read the conditions of the festival? I'm like, yeah, sure, I read it all. I know it all. And he just started to talk about it. What is it going to be about? And then when I realized what is happening, I was like, it's not going to happen, because like it was March, I think, as they told me. And in June, we were supposed to already start the festival. And because of Corona, there are so many projects, especially with orchestra. I was like, are you kidding me? No. But he was so positive about it, because it was like all the concerts were planned outside, beautiful places in Italy, beautiful parks and like, palaces, and so on and so on. And he was telling me all about this fairy tale. And I remember that same day, I think I was participating in a competition in Italy online, and I didn't win. And I was super sad that day. And even my mom called. She was like, so yeah, you didn't win. I'm a bit sad. Like, it doesn't go so well for you, huh? And I'm like, thanks, Mom. And then
that is a mom for you.
Yeah, Mom is always there for you to support. She's like, not going well, huh, girl? Like, do something about it. I'm like, well, Mom, I'm doing it best I can.
It's just to keep you grounded,
Yeah, she's not like, it's one of the competitions. She's like, pretty bad, not proud of me. And then the same day, like late in the evening. And when I finished that call, I was like, what did just happen? Like, if it's really going to be happening, it's going to be so amazing, to play with orchestra and to play all those concerts. Because in those 2 weeks, I had 4 different recitals recitals with 4 different programs. And the big thing about it was that, first of all, there were a lot of applications, even though it was the first edition of the festival. But you know, there were like really crazy names invited, like Camilla Nylund and James Rutherford, all these, you know, like crazy singers. Yeah, and I got to play with them, which is, oh my God, you know, that doesn't happen so often. And also he told me that while talking with him, he let me understood that I was the only pianist of all the participants. There was just one spot and I got it. And he was repeating that until I capiren it, you know, till I was like, oh, I was like, so there was one spot, and that one spot I got, and he's like, well, yeah. And I was like, oh, this is really great news, you know. And he's like, yeah. And I bet he was thinking, this girl is like, what did I just invite to the festival? Because I was like, whoa, like really late. And so yeah, and then it all started, you know. And for like a March, for the whole maybe month, I was like not believing it's gonna happen. So I was really chilled. I was like, I got all this amount of program, and I was like, yeah, do I really need to start on that? I mean, is it really gonna be happening? You know? And then like times goes by, you know, and they do not cancel the festival. All the other things are being canceled. Brixen is not canceled. I was like, wow, okay, so I guess I should start working, you know. And so yeah, and it was a lot of chamber music, a lot of solo stuff, playing with orchestra, you know, conducted by Daniel Guys, and I was playing Saint-Saëns Carnival together with Julia Okrushvili and professor at Köln University, and so on and so on. It was so intense.
First, I want to ask you, so they send you then the pieces that you have to practice, or that you have to play. And how long does it take you to do the preparation for that?
So I guess I had like 2-3 months, I think, something like that.
Oh, okay.
Which is, yeah, if I'm not lying now. I think, yeah, it was March, I think, as we got the results. Or was it February? I'm not sure, but really, like, we had very little amount of time. And I don't know, back then it didn't seem so crazy, you know, because it was just like this piece and maybe this piece. And we were talking with him a lot, you know, like combining the programs, you know, thinking of the public, what's going to be. And this festival was really like unique in a way that there were some concerts. For example, one concert was called Sneak, which is like people were buying, tickets to the concert without knowing what is going to be happening. And one of those like sneak, so they would be like, they just like know the meeting point, the time, and then we're all gonna do it for you. You know, don't worry, you don't have to know what's gonna be happening. And and we met in this like, oh my god, I forgot how is the name in English, but it was like weirdo place, really, like for some like okay, I don't want to say some nonsense now, so I'm just gonna stop. Like describing the place, but it was very like in a way creepy place, you know, we used for soldiers, I think, to protect the city if something would attack, you know, back then. And it's like now stayed as like art galleries and art installations inside and so on. So the people would come there, and then our flutist, like main like first flute from the orchestra, would come to greet them, and then she would like lead them while playing to another spot, and another spot like the brass ensemble would lead them, and then also lead them to the concert place where we start the concert, all of us. Like I was playing solo, and chamber music and other pianists was playing, like this main professor of and so on, a lot of pieces, and it was all about Latino musica. And I think that also played a big card on me, like winning this position in this festival, because I sent one of my videos was from Alberto Ginastera, which is Argentinian composer, and I think it was like a bit of a click, you know, which is again like competition is a lottery, you know, of course you need to be good, but it was also so without knowing, I already sent them the material of their idea of one of the main concerts. So I guess it was really so, and that piece I ended up also playing at that concert, so it was also great and interesting. So
wonderful.
And what I wanted to say about this intensity about the festivals is that that you know, you go to every festival and you know it's going to be intensive because you have like 1 week or 10 days, and it's going to be everyday lectures, classes, concerts, you know, like meeting a lot of people, a lot of, you know, energy going out of you. But this festival was like the most intensive I've ever been in. I never practiced that much in my whole life, because it was concert after concert. And then at the end, like human beings, we get used to the conditions so fast. After like 2 concerts, the 3rd concert, I was like, wait a second, today is 16th. I have a concert today with the orchestra. Oh yeah, right. It was like nothing. I was going on a stage and like forcing myself to be nervous because I was so fast. I got used to this schedule and routine, and routine is very risky name in the artist world, I think. But I was like trying, Kamila, be nervous, like it's a big thing. You're playing with orchestra now. So of course, but it was nice that I got used to this kind of concert is a pleasure and this healthy nervosity, So it was just wow. I mean, I think the winning of the festival part was that they brought really good musicians, So we had very little time to rehearse and prepare quite, like big pieces. Like there were also Mozart quintets and Schumann quintets, not just, like some Piazzolla is, let's say, like maybe more faster makeable, but they're really hard, like pieces. And we made it very fast because we all came really great musicians and with a lot of experience, professional. And we were just like, okay, let's do it, like 1 hour, bam, very fast. And a few rehearsals and we're going on a stage. And somehow because I was afraid that, my concerts were 4 concerts, but how much orchestra was playing, how much, like other people were playing, like there were concerts going on like at the same time, like I was playing one concert, I knew in another place of Brixen there was another concert. And I was afraid that it's going to be more about quantity. And surprise, we did such a quality. The concerts were like really life reshaping in a way, like the opening concert with like Camila Nylund and Juan Diego Flores. It was like, I was in tears, and I knew that I missed this amount of, not just like chamber music or concerts or solo concerts, but this like sitting in a big opened air hall, let's say, and with a big orchestra. I knew that I missed these concerts very much, but I didn't know how much I missed it and how much it was needed, like this live experience, not just, recording when you're at home with a coffee, like a bit listening, a bit not listening, but really being there in a moment. This is why, culture and how to say, like generally art and music is so important, because they really created on that moment some moments that will never be created again, and it's not recorded and you cannot listen to it. And even if we would re-listen to it, it would not be the same. So we all public were so close to each other, and like,
but
it really brought us together.
Yeah, I think this is so wonderful that you are a young musician and you had the opportunity to do this with more established singers and musicians. And I wonder if this energy between you then, that you pick up there also energy, because they of course are already so or more experienced than you are.
Yeah.
And this is then this wonderful learning also from, that you can do with being around them. I think sometimes it's just around these people that is so amazing.
Yeah, so it was very interesting also to, how to say, to beobachten, like to like notice, to watch them, how they act, like how, for example, like Juan Diego Flores, he came literally to the general rehearsal before we were rehearsing, because orchestra needs to get a feeling, of what is gonna be happening with the singers, like really prolonging the notes and this all, nuances. So we were rehearsing with another singers, and then he came just for the general rehearsal. He was super saving his voice because he knows this repertoire, like, inside out. So he was just like, he came one Durchlauf, how to say, like one going through, he was just like, it's going to be that and that. I'm going to be doing that and that. And I was sitting and thinking, oh my God, how is it going to be tomorrow? In this concert, it's like, it's so not clear, but I guess it's just not clear for me. Like with the orchestra and conductor, they knew what they were doing. And I was like, oh my God. And then the concert came, and it was more than perfect. It was crazy. So he was like, he came with his manager and like super busy and like, like not having time to even chat with anybody. He's like, focus, and I was like, oh my God, this Juan. But then, for example, Camila Nylund, she was so down to earth, she was so, and James Rutherford, he's so funny, he's so like, they're so like normal, how to say, they're so big and yet they're like super friendly. And he was coming to my rehearsals, and he's like, yeah, well, I don't need to rehearse it, but like if you need more time, I can come, and I felt like I don't want to torture him because and I was playing also Wagner Lieder with him, and he's Wagnerian, so he was like, my God, like, I don't know, like he can sing it while sleeping, I guess, and I was just like shaking and like trying, is it everything comfortable for you, and then I didn't want to torture him. So one day before, I was like putting his YouTube recordings on YouTube, and I was listening his interpretation just to catch him, because one time to go through it was also a bit stressful for me. But so Kamila and him, like because they were more time with us, because Juan came just for the opening concert. He stayed a few days and that's it. But they were really like all the time with us because they were having more concerts. And yeah, it was amazing to see them like not arrogant, not anything. They were part of us. And also I played together with Camilla Nylund's husband and Anton Saris, and he was also
I know.
Yeah,
I know
Camilla
him.
You know him?
Oh no, well, I photographed him as part of my project.
My God, this is crazy. Yeah, because he lives in Vienna now, more time, he said, with Camilla.
Yes.
And we were playing with him, and also Camilla and him, they both said that, we know that like you lost a lot, the young generation of the artists, you lost a lot. And they were not like, finally we got some concerts, we're gonna sing like a lot. They were like, look, I will just sing like one aria, okay, and the rest you guys do it more, and like enjoy it, because you are the ones who lost the stage opportunity so much, and we will get it, and we got it, and it's all okay. So they were really giving us space, to shine, and use this opportunity, this, because all the concerts were sold out like months before it started, It was so funny because like the concerts are sold out, and I still don't know what I will be playing in those concerts, in a way. I was like, okay, this is really big. And
but
so
that's wonderful.
really...
That's wonderful that they were so understanding. But I think their daughter is also a singer, and I think maybe
the older daughter is a singer.
Yeah, so they can understand, what it is for young musicians and so on.
Yeah. They were really, really great, very sweet, and always like. And Camilla, she has a dog. I don't know what is in English the type of the dog, but when we were having this concert with orchestra, like her green room was near to us, and he came with her dog to wish us good luck, and he's like, don't worry, like this. And then he comes with this bubble of cuteness, and he's like, don't worry, everything will be okay, like just good luck, enjoy the concert. It was like so sweet. These people were like really amazing.
That is so wonderful. But yeah, that is, I think that is the inspiration, that they bring. All the more established artists, that they have this, that they have that relationship then with the younger artists. I think that's so wonderful. Yeah, that they do that.
And that they are interesting also to make a contact with us. That's also really amazing. Yeah.
So this sounds incredible. I mean, after all this time of being without concerts, this must have been such a highlight for you.
Yes, and I remember when you were doing also with me this project, Moments and Lockdowns, and we were talking about, you were asking me like, what do you think the life is gonna be after this? Like, do we? And I said, like, because I'm so naively positive, I said maybe one of the versions is gonna be that after a while we will just forget that this all happened, But and Italy really made me of course it was always, we were like in a bubble, we all came tested, we were testing each other, not each other, we were testing ourselves every second day, and in the concerts you cannot get in if you're not tested, and so on and so on. It was everything perfectly like organized about the regarding Corona, but for a few moments of the festival I would forget that Corona exists, also because maybe in Italy they're more like relaxed about the everything, and I don't know, I was like really like, I catch myself
that
thinking,
moment,
it might happen that after some years we will just enjoy our lives again back to completely normal as it was. You know, of course, the distances, the counting the people that it cannot be more or less, like that didn't let us forget that Corona exists. You know, when you cannot get into the concert because it's like, no, that's it. It's like, you know, because of Corona limit, that much people, you cannot go listen to your partners or something, like go away. So that was like, oh my God, this virus.
Yeah, but I think maybe that will also change later on, you know, that would also become more normal, that we can be closer to each other and so on.
Hopefully,
but I love things like this where it comes so out of the blue, because I always think that this is how dreams come true. You know, when you wish for something to happen, and then suddenly out of the blue, without you even expecting it, it happens. I think that's
and
amazing.
I also noticed, that you, for example, of course, I was applying for this festival. I checked it out, clearly not careful enough, without even knowing that if I will play with orchestra and so on. But I really wished for it. I did my job and I let it go. I let it to happen, you know, because when you really wish for something every day, like if I will not get it, I will die, you know. So then it's like God or universe is teaching you, look, you will not get it and you will survive, you know. But I really wanted it because, of course, who doesn't want to play with orchestra and be in such a great festival as a part of it? Of course, I wanted it, but then it came to me just very easily, how to say. And also after this festival, it was not connected things with him, but then suddenly like some kind of doors opened of the universum or whatever, I don't know.
Really?
Like things started to happen to me, you know, some other auditions came along. I got some calls to play some concerts, like randomly. It was like, I don't know, something split, some kind of split happened. And I don't know, just a little click in mind, and like, I don't know. It's really great when it starts to happen.
Yeah, you just need that one excitement, but it's because you are excited about it. I also think it's wonderful that we are excited. I think we should celebrate everything that happens now, because I mean, of course, after all this time of not having that, I think it's so great if people get excited about things happening, you know.
Because even like recently, I'm so excited about the little things, you know. I cannot believe that now like university is sending to us, you know, from next week on, you don't have to like register yourself for the room. You can just come and take the room. I was like, back to normal, you know, when you come to university and you fight for the rooms and not like always knowing your time. I mean, it was like all of a sudden the masks, you know, that it gets a little bit like more relaxed. You know, we were just this week having, you know, some last like Klassenvorspiel, like little class concerts, and we were like sitting without masks because we don't need any more masks. And then a few days ago one trio Eusebius, it's named how to say it's named, I said, you know, they were having a concert in Clavier Gallery, and they asked me to turn the pages because like the violinist and the cellist, I played with them when I was studying in Zagreb, and I was so excited about it. I was like, people, you know, when you're like, hey, can you come to the concert and turn the pages? It was everything live is happening again. I was sitting on the stage turning those pages, not even my concert, you know, I was just like sitting there, but just being like, and I was sitting there thinking, okay, it's happening, you know, it's starting to roll again, like, but just God hope not, it's not going to be blocked again, everything in autumn.
Well, I think it's, how amazing that you do that, because this is also what I've seen in the concerts that I go to, somebody turning the pages, and I think this is so great that some people are willing to do that. Is it something that musicians just ask of each other? Or what
the best part is when they don't have a page turner and they look at the public and I'm like, who could do that spontaneously? And then something jumps in. But like my old friends, like when I was studying in Weimar, they all knew that I'm very good at turning the pages. And in all kinds of situations when the pages are falling down and I catch them and stuff like that. So friends are making fun of me that if my career will not turn well, I can always turn the pages.
Do that.
Make it as a job, you know, just, and it's stressful because you can really mess up things. And I did it once, I remember in my life, a friend of mine, he was like, but look, be very careful, you know, there's a choir line, you know, so singer, choir, which is not going to be happening, and me. And I was like, don't worry, you're talking with professional. And I'm sitting there chilled, you know, because the page looked like so big, you know.
Yeah.
And then the thing is that when I messed it up, he didn't like himself turn the page. He looked at me and then like with the face like, I told you. And I'm like, wait, okay. But generally it is stressful a bit, but I really love to do it. I don't know why. It's like you learn so much also. For example, now this trio was playing 3 big trios, and you are there in their kitchen, you know, in their work, you know, like nuances. And it's so interesting to watch them, how the pianist is, you know, contacting each other. And then I'm also, you know, doing this job, and it's like a little intensive dose of, you know, knowledge of these trios and So it's always, I find it very interesting.
But you mentioned now that the university that you can go in and practice. So can you, over the holidays, for example, go in and practice?
Yeah, I think so. I mean, there will be some times reduced, you know, like the shorter, you know, just for the shorter time the academy is open. But generally, yeah, I think the whole summer.
I see. No, because I wondered what it, you know, because of course, like for pianists, you need the piano to, if you don't have a piano at home, you need a place to practice. And I wondered when I saw the universities closing for the summer, then I just thought, I wonder if they, you know, if there would be possibility for people to practice.
Well, I hope, I mean, I myself, maybe I'm not that into it because I'm going back to Lithuania in 2 weeks for summer for some projects. And then I will come back like literally, I think maybe already in October, you know, because I will be back and forth in other countries. I'm not for now, like not so much Vienna is in my plans for summer. But as I saw the schedule that they sent us recently about the timings when the academy is open, so maybe it's going to be closed in August at some time, but I don't think so. I think it's going to be pretty, although I heard from some people that it's going to be closed now. I'm thinking, I don't want to.
Oh, okay. No, that's fine. It was just,
going to be happening. Yeah. But I think the worst has happened already. I remember when I was still studying in Weimar, doing my bachelor there, and I had last semester left before my graduation concert, and everything lasts, you know, like lectures and everything, and they just closed the university. I was like, what do I do now? And back then in Weimar, now at least I have like electronic piano at my home in Vienna, but in Weimar I didn't have it because we had very great conditions of practicing with the, you know, with the Flügel. So so it was such a shock. It was really, really shocking. And so the worst has happened, I think, already. And now in summer, still people are like traveling back and forth. So I think even if it's more chill, but I believe that we have more buildings, you know, so maybe some of the buildings will be working. Maybe the main ones will be closed, but I was already like, when I saw that mail, when they told us that after a year or like year and a half, you know, like coming back to this normal system when you hunt for, you know, keys for the classes, this is so exciting. I don't know why is it more exciting for me than to actually have your own room, but it's like, I guess this normality, what it was all the time. I think it's really exciting.
But listen, are you going home for the summer to your parents?
Yes. So I am gonna be going in 2 weeks to Lithuania for another festival, which is called Kaunas Piano Fest. And there we will have lectures. And this is also very much concentrated for just pianists. And we will have their recitals, and we will work also with the 2 professors. One of them is Avedis Kujumjan, which is our professor from university. And so it's going to be 10 days intensive festival. Another festival that I was supposed to go where I work as like, it's my summer mini job, is called Trakų Fanfare Week. It was canceled. Immediately after that, I needed to jump to another festival, and it's my so much beloved festival, and it got canceled. That scared me a little bit. I was in Italy being completely excited about things happening, and then all of a sudden you get a message, it's canceled. I was really sad about it and scared, because I was like, end of July festival, why is it being canceled? And why other festivals are happening like is, I don't know. So and for example, another competition end of November in Japan, Hamamatsu competition, was also canceled, you know. So now I have this huge project that I'm doing with other 2 Lithuanians who are also coming from my hometown, Marijampolė. one conductor whose name is Marius Reklaitis, and the singer Laura Zaman. We're doing this huge project. Laura, she has how to say, like a foundation, and we're doing benefits concert end of September, collecting money for the new grand piano in the one of the main halls in Marijampolė, in our hometown. And I am scared. I mean, end of September, what if the summer goes so crazy? We're all so relaxed and everything is getting like chilled. And then in autumn again, everything is, you know, locked down, or I don't know. So I'm like waiting like this, you know, just faster months to pass so it would happen.
Yeah, but I think, let's enjoy what we have now, and maybe it will not be,
Hopefully.
But I wish you all the best for the summer and for this benefits concert, that it all goes plan and goes well, and that you are going back to. It's always nice to know if you're going back to your hometown and do things there as well, because it's great, because that's where you started.
Yes, exactly. And it's also very exciting for me, because usually I go to festivals somewhere, you know, abroad, somewhere, you know, like nice places. And now all of a sudden Lithuania is for me very exotic. And I cannot believe that I will be living for 10 days in Kaunas, which is second biggest city of Lithuania. And I will be like a part of that city, eating my own food and speaking my own language. You know, it's like, oh my God, I cannot believe it, literally, you know. It's very exciting.
You're talking about eating the food. I feel like that when I go to South Africa as well. There's always this thing that,
because you can try to make it your own here, you know, like kind of, but it's not the same. I don't know. And it's like, I just cannot wait for it. And it's crazy how, like, when I'm not living in Lithuania, I think, for already 6 years, and how I appreciate Lithuania so much. You know, when I'm there, I'm like kissing every corner of the buses, and like everybody speaks Lithuanian, and now all of a sudden you need to like take care of what you're saying, you know. Because here abroad, I'm like speaking on phone, you know, like some nonsense out loud and not caring about it, you know. And there it's like everything is mine in a way. Although the city itself, Kaunas, for example, is not my city, but my sister lives there, you know. My brother lives in the capital city. I'm going to be visiting all the children that they have, you know, and my dad and my mom is coming also as well. So
I think it's that familiarity, you know, that it's everything, you're used to it, and it feels like home. I think that's that feeling.
Although it's a bit scary, because like sometimes when I come back to Lithuania, I don't always feel like home. It still feels, you know, it's changing so fast, also the cities and a lot of people. So sometimes I feel like, where is my home? In Austria or Germany or Croatia? I'm not at home, I'm a guest. I come back to Lithuania, I'm also a guest, you know. So like it's a bit scary, but I guess like sooner or later, like your home is just where you know where the coffee is, and that's it, you know. So this is your home, you know.
That's a good one. Your home is where the coffee is. No, definitely, Oh, but Kamila, it was so lovely to talk to you and to hear about your concert. And but we'll catch up again when you do something interesting. Let me know. Then we can. Then you can again. I love your enthusiasm and
I love chatting with you. Thank you so much. You have such an amazing aura, really, and you're doing such a great job with all these interviews. You know, I listen to it time to time, and it's really, it's very valuable, I think. So thank you for doing it.
Oh no, I love to do it, and especially with people like you. You have so much great energy and enthusiasm, so that's wonderful. But have a lovely afternoon.
Thank you, you too, and have a nice summer.
See you soon. Okay.
Ciao.
Bye.
Take care.
Bye.
Bye.